Hello and welcome to VoiceWhat presents the great business story transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. I'm Nupur Talwarsu. Born with a mission to make travel stylish and sustainable, Uppercase transforms discarded plastic into award-winning luggage. The brand blends excellence, responsible manufacturing and bold innovation to create products for the new age traveler. Joining us this afternoon is Mr. Sudeep Ghosh. He's the founder and MD of Uppercase. Hi Sudeep, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
So Sudeep, let's begin with your background. You have had a long association with the luggage industry, and then you moved on to create a brand of your own. What inspired that and how has the journey been?
Well, this is a very interesting category. I've seen it evolve over the last 20 years now. There was a time when luggage was seen as a commodity. It still is, but things have changed. I guess over the years, especially with the business travel growing, I've seen consumers move from buying just another luggage to buying luggage which are branded. Because now luggage has become a part of your accessories. You travel with your luggage 24/7. So if your clothes are talking something about you, your watch is talking something about you, your luggage also talks something about you. So over the years, I've seen it change for better. Also, people have realized that luggage as a category is a very important category. It's your home out of your home, right? So when you buy your home, you don't cut corners. So luggage, you should not cut corners, because if your luggage breaks in or if your luggage gives away, no matter what trip you are doing, whether it's a business trip or a personal trip, it can really make your life miserable. So yes, it's changed for good, and I'm very happy about it.
Now, what we've understood is that sustainability is at the core of your brand. So walk us through that journey and how does this recycling process actually work?
Well, you have asked me the question, what made me start on my own. Obviously, I saw a big gap. Consumers today are changing across all categories. You will see more consumers coming into trying to understand what they could do to make this world a better place, or leave the world a better place than what they inherited from their parents. So across categories, you will see people are getting very, very conscious about buying sustainable products. So I saw that in India, all the brands, or not only in India, globally, there's not a single company which makes all their luggage or all their products out of sustainable material. So I felt there's an opportunity to operate with that. It's not easy. We had to develop the entire supply chain. So what we do is we use recycled plastic, which has been used by consumers, and we mix it with virgin and create a product, therefore using the recycle. For instance, I'm very happy to tell you that we are operating only about 3.5 years, and we have recycled close to about 4.3 million plastic bottles as of now. And it's it's like a movement. The more we sell, the more we recycle. And it's something that is very close to our heart. We believe in it, and we think consumers are slowly understanding the importance of buying sustainable products for the sake of the world that we live in.
All right, so blending sustainability with having a fantastic design must have been a challenge, but you overcome that. You won the Red Dot award last year. So tell us a bit more about that.
Today, unfortunately, just sustainability will not sell. Yeah, consumers there are some category codes. And one of the category codes that I'm trying to bring to this category is fashion. Like I said, I've seen consumers changing over the years, and today there are a lot of these customers who want luggage that's not black and blue. So as an organization, our second pillar, the first pillar is sustainability. The second pillar happens to be design. And we are we are fast fashion of luggage industry. We believe that great design can be created, and we have been not only Red Dot is something that we won, and that helped us to get into New York Fashion Week. We were the first Indian luggage brand to be, part of the New York Fashion Week. And as recent as last month, we were in the Paris Fashion Week. So globally, people have started recognizing the designs that we make. We don't make black bags, or rather we make, but we don't show. Most of our brands, most of our products are very, very, very colorful. And I keep saying, if you are a colorful person, use a colorful bag.
All right, now obviously it must have been a bit of a challenge to enter into a price-sensitive market. So blending that with luggage that's eco-sensitive couldn't have been easy. So tell us a bit more about how that worked out.
It's a very, very good question. In India, we do not have the back end for sustainability. The sustainability initiatives that we take are something that we are very passionate about. And there are input costs for that. Our input costs are higher than my rest of the competitors. But what we do is we price it in a way where it doesn't hurt the Indian consumer, yet the gross margins are also not impacted. And that is very important. That's the delicate balance that we have to do. In some products, we earn a little bit more margin. In some products, we earn a little less margin. But what we are very, very clear is we want to sell to both India and Bharat, because I believe great brands are brands where more and more consumers are able to enjoy and participate in this brand's journey.
Right, and we're of course sitting in your factory that is in Nashik, and so obviously Make in India has been one of your themes. So take us through how this has been, building this factory, manufacturing here. Obviously you would have had some bit of impact in being able to create employment here. So talk us through all of that.
Yeah, I mean, the third pillar for our organization is we are a 100% made in India brand. We design in India, we develop in India, we produce in India, we as of now sell in India. So for me, it was very, very important, because when we are starting off, you can go buy products, bring it here and in trade. What are you giving back to the society? Today, not only this factory, which we have built up from ground zero to where we are sitting today, and it's still under the process of getting developed further. There are about 8 Indian factories in the country that we are supporting, where, directly or indirectly about 700 families are dependent on how we perform as a brand. And that's what we wanted to do, give back to the country. Paisa to sab banate hain, that I keep saying. But aap wo paisa leke karte kya ho? What do you do with that money? How do you give it back? And it's one of our ways of thanking the country that we are in. And I believe great products can be made in India.
So I think Uppercase has about 35 retail outlets. So in that sense, what is your retail strategy so far, and how are you planning to change that? How is it going to evolve over the next, say, 2-3 years?
So we are not a D2C company. First, let me clarify. A lot of confusion. We sell across all channels. So we are online, we are offline. Online, we sell in all the portals. Offline, we have our own retail stores. We have 35 of them now across the country. We plan to have about 100 by end of next financial year. We have distributors. We have retailers, about 2,000 retailers across the country. We are selling through modern trade. We intend to sell a lot into institutions who believe in sustainable products.
Now, what's very interesting about your brand is that you've had a brand ambassador who's actually turned into an investor, and Jasprit Bumrah actually started with being your brand ambassador. How did that process work?
So when we were taking the brand, our positioning is we are never ordinary. We like to think that we are not the ordinary kind. Our products are not ordinary. Our designs are not ordinary. Our distribution is not ordinary. And therefore, when we're looking for somebody, we wanted to have somebody who was not ordinary. And if you really see Bumrah, he's his epitome of being never ordinary. I mean, look at his bowling action. Look at the way he came up the ranks. Look at the way he plays when he plays for the country. So it's a perfect fit. And therefore, Jasprit, we signed Jasprit even before a first product was made. And we believed in that. And he has seen us perform for the last 4 years. And I think the last time when we were there discussing, he was very he wanted to be part of this journey. And he said that there was a suggestion that came up, and and we welcomed him because it's a great honor first of all, and also a validation if a brand ambassador who kindly, where usually brand ambassadors usually it's a transactional thing. You pay money, they talk about your brand. But if somebody is actually putting their own hard-earned money to your company, you feel you are doing something good somewhere. It's a great validation, and we have been working. We are planning to come up with a range which is dedicated to the street. Work is going on, and he's quite involved. Time to time he keeps asking questions, understands how our business is going, and we are happy to have him as an investor.
So Sudeep, you obviously put a lot of thought into how sustainable a company you want to be, but how has that helped you expand your brand?
I think there are a lot of the organizations who are now believing in it. I'll give an example. We just had a collaboration with Akasa Airline. The entire crew of Akasa uses Uppercase luggage. Is because they are a green airline, we are a green luggage, and it was a perfect fit. And it also tells you that if a airline crew is using your bag, the quality of bag is very high, because you may travel thrice a year, they travel thrice a day.
What I've understood is that you're looking at a revenue of about 250 crores in the next 2 years. So what's the strategy that you've put in place for that?
So current growth, we are growing at a 50% plus, and when you are above 100 crore, I think that's a very healthy growth. And the way I see it is, I think for the next 5 years we can grow at a 50%, which means doubling the turnover in every 2 years, because that's the most healthier way of doing growth, because growth also comes at a cost. You have to manage the cost, and there are new channels which will get added, like exports will get added. We plan to launch ladies handbag at some point of time, that will get added. I think the existing business and some new business add together would be able to give us the growth and the numbers that you just said.
Wonderful. So we wish you all the very best for that. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Pleasure talking to you. Thank you for being here.
Hello and welcome to VoiceWhat presents the great business story transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. Antia drives cutting-edge blockchain and AI innovation with a 700-plus global team creating secure, scalable solutions that solve real-world challenges and push India toward a Web3-led digital future. To talk more about Antia, we're now joined by Mr. Vikram Singh. He's the founder and CEO of Antia. Good afternoon, Mr. Singh. Thank you very much for joining us on NDTV Profit.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me here.
So, Mr. Singh, let's begin with how you formed Antia in 2005 and what actually inspired you to begin that journey.
Okay, so I would say this was more of a circumstantial startup. I was bedridden for 2 months. I didn't have any other option but to kind of like start off my own only. So that was the reason why I started. So I took my home PC, and got a rented accommodation and just started working as a one-man army. So initial few years were quite lean, and it was only in 2009 when kind of I had a 5-people team, 1 month backup, and I would say that was the day. And after that there was no looking back. So today we are close to 700 team members under one roof, where we are sitting here and working purely in blockchain and Web3 space.
So you just spoke about blockchain and Web3. What is it that made you pivot towards it in 2017?
Okay, so I would say 2017 was the year when we hit our first milestone. So we bought a building and we were 75 people team at that point of time, and that building could house more than 200 people. So that made me to think that what should be my next growth driver, down the line for next 10 years. And incidentally, that was also the year when one of the first application of blockchain became very popular across the globe, and it also made me to look into the things like why it was invented. And when I actually read about it, this is my usual behavior. Like whenever I have to learn something, I will go and pick up 2-3 books and read about them. And when I read about the technology, I was completely sold out why it was invented. The distributed ledger technology. The issue was like the cross-border payments. The issue was the financial inclusion. The issue was the the economic recession which used to come in the Western world. So this distributed ledger technology, which could I would say had the potential to build trust within the system, and also bring more transparency. And so that was the day when we started steering the entire organization towards the blockchain, and considering that and also building like exchange platforms, like the trading platform, digital asset trading platforms. And considering that when we can envision a paperless world, like I'm talking about the money, like a digital money, and only these kind of platform will be required. So we evolved with this space, like we from exchanges to the custodial, non-custodial solutions, DeFi solutions, lending, borrowing platforms, to the blockchain protocol development, what we do largely nowadays. So that was the the pivot which we took in 2017, focusing entirely on the blockchain and Web3, and currently on putting AI on top of it as well.
Right, so the space you work in requires a lot of innovation. So how do you make sure that the 700 or so people that you lead stay ahead of the innovation curve?
So I would say like that comes very natural to us, because we work on very advanced trends in the industry, and most of the customer comes to us like to cut on their go to market strategy, because we as a company have more than 100 plus products and modules which are already there, and anybody can come and put a innovative layer of innovation or maybe the customization on top of it. But I would say like this very thing, the innovation part, is more of a DNA and more of a must have KPI for all of our team members, and we provide them a complete freedom to experiment and fail fast. One of the product, by the way, couple of product I would say like we have innovated through this process. One is called InstaNode, which is a Web3 infrastructure layer, and which provides this RPC nodes and roll up as a service. And at the same time there is another product which is called Abstraction, which is a interpretability solution for the various Web3 startups. So they came out organically through our system only, where team invented, team found out the space, and since we work with the at the same time work with a lot of the banks, the regulators, and also the institutions, and so we have the the luxury of experimenting in the real world, not in the lab only. So that's the one thing, and at the same time we also do a lot of upskilling every year. So like promoting our team on educating them on various new protocols like AI tools, and even security protocols as well. Like for example, we work on more than 100 plus projects every year, and whenever we publish a project, like every time we upgrade our knowledge on the security side as well, because that is the there are very strenuous initiatives or maybe the processes which any project which will go through before it goes to the production environment. So these are the couple of things I would say which helps us, the entire team, very nimble, but even keep innovating at a scale.
So you mentioned a couple of products earlier on, but what are the products currently in terms of blockchain, also the products and projects largely which reflect the best of Antia?
Okay, so some of our products which are totally focused on the financial services is more on the side of building payment rails, which connects the financial institution to the worlds, especially carrying out the cross-border payments, and also on the tokenization side as well, where the platforms helps customers to tokenize illiquid assets like real estate, right? And I will be very proud to say that some of the platform which we have developed for our customers are operating in the 3 regulated jurisdiction, one in India, GIFT City, one in UK under the FCA, and one in the US. So these are a couple of products, and at the same time we have e-governance related solution which are more on the ensuring the credential on the blockchain side, and sanity of the credential, student credential, and at the same time the grants and the subsidies which gets rolled out in the government sectors, how they making sure that they reach to the right audience with the full transparency. So these are some of the projects which we are already in place, and
One of the things that you've been involved in is your model of solving the issue of question paper leaks, and that has made headlines. So tell us a bit more about what was the thought process behind it, and what is the blockchain model that actually helped.
So this very much reflect our the premise of the technology actually, wherein we say that blockchain is synonymous to trust, and but we believe, how we look at this problem, it is not a people's problem, but we believe this is a system problem. The value chain is such that the moment you appoint a committee to set up a question paper, we feel like the responsibility is delegated, accountability is delegated. Nobody is kind of accountable after that. So what we have done in this entire process, we have removed the entire human intervention from the process, right? So shifting the trust to the machine. So what we have done, like it is the machine which sets the question paper, right? And not only making sure that the question paper is set without any tampering, but we also make sure that it is delivered to the right candidate, avoiding the impersonation as well. And wherein like student biometric is required, candidate biometric is required at the last mile, where the question paper gets delivered, and everything gets printed in the real time environment. So that's how we have solved this problem, and we are quite hopeful that, because this is a national interest issue, and we are quite hopeful that this will be the the answer to the long standing challenge which is common to every state and the union territories in India.
Absolutely. Now, the other part of it is integrating blockchain and AI, and to be able to actually build a trust-driven solution. So, how is Antier doing that?
So again, blockchain is the reflection of trust. I would say the entire methodology is like it brings trust on the table, and AI is intelligence. And what we believe that when trust meets intelligence, the adoption can happen much faster. So for example, like the blockchain models, when the data is sitting on the blockchain, right, and we can it can train the right AI models, right, because the trust is already there on the data. And at the same time, we can do the AI agents which are there, like wherein like we can incentivize the users who feed the data on the blockchain with the complete transparency, and how they can train the AI models on top of the blockchain layer as well. Similarly, when blockchain credentials are like stored on blockchain, so AI can help you like verify those identities on the system. And apart from that, like the number of AI agents can be trained to carry out the transactions on your behalf, but at the same time enough rules can be built within the blockchain system where you can put a control on the agents as well, so that it does not crosses their threshold of sending the payments.
So, Mr. Singh, finally, what is your long-term vision for Antier, and what do you think in terms of how will your firm actually shape India's digital future?
If you ask me like personally, so what I want to achieve, bringing an IPO down the line, because very few companies out of our region go and list themselves in BSE. And that's the kind of shift we want to create, especially from this region, so that the entrepreneurs can have like other ways to grow their companies and creating more value for their extended team and public at large. However, coming back to my vision for the company, I would say India has done a great job in achieving the status of becoming the global fintech capital, and the hard work which has been done by banks, regulators, and payment aggregators, institutions, over the last 15 odd years. And our at the bottom of our heart, like our vision is to how we can ensure that the same leadership position is like stay intact when it comes to Web3 as well. Like where we can help all the fintech institutions, the like where when they need blockchain based payment rails, when they need tokenizations, and also the secondary marketplaces, when they need Web3 infrastructure, right? So how we can we can cut down their go to market strategy and make them ready. So we are ready to support any financial institution who dares to lead this space. And in the long run, what we want to achieve that wherever blockchain application is there, entire DNA is present either in the strategy, either in the execution, or either in the products.
All right, Mr. Singh, we wish you all the very best for the future. Thank you very much for joining us on NDTV Profit.
Thank you very much.